Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my island travel vlog. Woo! So, it's the 26th of February and I'm traveling tomorrow on the 27th. But like early in the morning. So I'm going to my friend's house today who has kindly offered to drop me at the airport in the morning, really early in the morning, at like 3 a.m. I don't think he is aware of the extent of the earliness I aim to be there. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to my friend's and then the next time I am able to pick up the camera will be at the airport. So I thought I'd film a quick intro and say I'm really excited. This is gonna be my first 24-hour round trip. So I'm going really early in the morning, coming home late at night. And yeah, we're going to Dublin. I've never been there before and I'm going alone and it's gonna be freaking amazing, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, come along.
and the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Take care when opening overhead lockers, as items of carry-on luggage may fall out and cause injury. And those who smoke refrain from doing so till you've reached a designated smoking area as well outside the main terminal building. For more late fares, hotel accommodation, special offers, new destinations and also for car hire, check us out at finallyy.com. And thank you and a very good morning.
finally a somewhat quiet place to catch you guys up. It's pretty bad weather over here, but the water's nice, and yeah, we're here and we're enjoying it. Just walking around and enjoying the sights. The sketchiest little paths ever. I'm usually in the middle of nowhere. How did I get here? this water, and it's finally sunny. The sun has come out. I can hardly see. Yeah, I'm in Dublin, guys. It's crazy. I've also broke my book buying ban. I bought 3 books, but like 2 of them I signed copies, and 1 of them I read already, so it's nice to have a physical copy of that. And both of them are signed, so that's really cool. And also the last book is a thriller that's been like translated to English, and that's a book for my Storygraph challenge, so it was worth it. Now the sun is slowly going away and it feels like it's starting to rain again, which is not cool. But yeah, my thoughts on Dublin. It's a nice place, but it feels a lot like England. Like there are like minor differences, but I feel like overall it's like England. Plot twist, it's raining again and like the sun has just disappeared behind clouds. I guess I gotta find like a place to sit inside. But yeah, I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. And I don't know what I was expecting, especially without having like had no plans of like places to go and, you know, just a whole day ahead of me. But as I've said, I did get some signed copies of books, which is really nice. And I also went to an art gallery, which was free. That was interesting as well. And I was gonna find a museum, but I ended up going down some sketchy paths and then I just turned back because it was creeping me out.
When I leave this earth, you'll be holding my hand. And if you feel
Però non puoi fare davanti agli occhi così. Sì, perciò faccio
on the next time.
I made it back! And look at the time. It's not even 11 yet. How crazy is that? Right, I am very tired because I woke up at 2:30 this morning, so I think I'm gonna go to sleep now and I'll debrief you guys tomorrow. Hi all! You are joining me once again from my bed because I don't know if I caught a cold from like being out in the rain yesterday or my body was just like, nope, that was enough. But everything hurts and I am not okay. So I'm so glad that I didn't plan anything for today because I would not be able to. I just can't. Today is a rest day after the trip I had yesterday. So, the trip I had yesterday, I wanted to show you some things I got and I just wanted to talk through like what actually went down and like what I thought of Dublin and so on, because when I was there, I really tried to talk to you guys in public and I actually did manage it a little bit. But then there were so many people everywhere and I was just giving up at one point. So yeah, here's the little debrief. Oh gosh, I don't even know where to start. The flight there was amazing. I freaking loved it. And it said, both flights, right? It said 55 minutes. And I swear they were only like 30 or 35. Like, I don't know how that happens. Or I don't know why they put it as 55 when it's only 35, but we literally left on time at 6:05 and then by like 6:45 I was already like landed out and like out of the airport, so that was fun. In Dublin I got out with my British passport. Every time I had to show my British passport, I was like, okay, it's gonna be fine, it's real. I don't know why I keep thinking that, like, oh, it's real. And then they check it and it was better than one with my Hungarian passport. Like with my Hungarian passport, they take like longer to check it, probably because, you know, it has stuff in Hungarian. But with the British passport, they were just like, yeah. And I was just like, oh, okay. When I got out of the Dublin airport, you literally walk out of arrivals and to the left, there's an automatic set of doors that you go out, you go across a tiny little road, and there's all the bus stops for the airport transfers. Well, the one I booked anyway. So that was something air. I'll add the name here. I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, it was basically this huge coach that just came. And I did actually get on the coach earlier than my like scheduled time. So I booked it for 8. Is that right? I think. And then I actually got on at like 7 something. Basically, I did not get a ticket. So I booked it through Ryanair. And I just got a confirmation email and that said like, oh, this is your ticket printed out. And obviously I did not print it out, so I was just like, oh, I'll just show the email. But people in front of me were like scanning QR codes and when I got to the driver I was like, hi, I do not have a QR code, but here's like the email that shows that I have a book for today. Over there the times weren't on there, so that was good. Yeah, I basically got to the city centre by 8. So that was an hour earlier than my original planned time. And what I noticed was that nothing was really open yet. The shopping centre was opening at 8:30. Some shops and like food places were opening at 8:39. So I was a bit lost in terms of what am I gonna do. I mean, I had the plan of like going in that circle that I mentioned in my planning video, and I was just like, okay, let's go and do this. So I started walking and it started pouring down. Like, it was raining, okay? And I was trying to film things, but it was raining, so I was trying to not get my phone to, you know, be fully drowned. And there was also so many people everywhere. I was just literally like, it was not the place for me. At that point, it was just not somewhere I wanted to be. But yeah, I kept walking, so I got dropped off at Gresham Hotel on O'Connell Street, and I went over to O'Connell's Bridge, and that was a nice sight. I got to see the water and everything, but I could not. There were so many people just walking everywhere, so many cars. It was so loud and I was just not feeling okay at that point. And I kind of went into, I think it's kind of like the university area or just outside the university area. But that was also very busy because like there were lots of students. And then I found some of like the buildings I was looking for. I mean, I think I found Parliament House, but I don't actually know which one it was. But I was basically trying to like film everything and then my phone was not doing okay. So I charged it to 100% that morning, but my battery is not doing okay. I don't know if I need a new phone or need the battery replaced, but I need to do one of those because this Dublin trip was a sign that it is not okay. So yeah, by the time like 8, just past 8, like 8:15, 8:30, something like that, I needed to charge my phone or it was gonna die, and that is not okay. So I went into a Costa in the hope of finding a place to charge my phone. I sat down at this table and basically I sat here and right behind me was this little counter where like sugars and bins and so on were, and I did not realise that. I didn't even think. I was just like, oh my god, plug socket, I need to take it. Because usually in like Mackey's or something, when there is like a charging point, it goes fast. So I was just like there, but behind me people were there all the time, and I felt like I was in the way all the time. And I was trying to concentrate on, you know, eating my food and reading my Kindle, but I felt so awkward. And yeah, again, that was just not a nice feeling. But anyway, that was over. My phone was somewhat charged. So from then I went on to find like the Temple Bar in that area. Yeah, but again, the weather was still like not very good. And oh my god, where did I go from there? Oh, I tried to find the shopping centre. I like shopping centre because I was just like, I need to get inside somewhere because this weather is not okay. And I actually passed another shopping centre, which I went into first. Jervis shopping centre? I have the clips of it. But yeah, that was okay. Again, not many things were open at that point. So I was just kind of walking in a somewhat empty shopping centre, and it was pretty boring. And also, that shopping centre, there were so many different levels. Like, I think I took a video of like the signs of like what's on each level, but I got so confused with like the escalators and the stairs and the levels and the lifts. And then there was also like just one escalator down that went to Tesco. I did actually go to Tesco and I bought the most random thing you could buy. I bought this little A necklace. I don't know how much you can see that. For like £10. But yeah, I mean, it's cute and stuff. But I was just like, I saw the letters and I saw A and I was like, oh my god. Because in the UK, every time there's something like stuffed letters, so like a phone case, a necklace, a bracelet, whatever, a teddy, usually there's no A. And when I saw this, I was just like, this is a sign, I need to buy this, I don't care how much it is. And when I actually bought it, I was just like, oh, £10, that was a bit too much, but it's fine, it's from Ireland, I'll wear it. Not that I wear necklaces much anyway, but yeah, that was Tesco. Oh, Tesco. I paid at the self-checkout and there was a way to go this way and a way to go back this way. So I went back this way and then the gate shut and you can't go out that way again. And I was just like, oh shoot, this way, the escalator, that's going down, so I can't go back up that way, so the exit must be the other way. So I had to go through again the self-checkout with the Tesco lady just staring at me like I'm an idiot, and I was an idiot at that point, and I had to go up the other way, and that's where this escalator was going up. But yeah, that was a strange experience. I think after that was when I found the first bookshop. Yeah, so this bookshop was called, where is it? Dubrey Books, and I'll add the address and the shop itself up here. And I went in and it was freaking amazing. I don't think I filmed much in there, but I did film a bit. And I walked past this lady and she said morning to me, but I clocked on too late and I was just like morning, and it did not come out right. But yeah, I don't think she heard me say it back, so I kind of just smiled awkwardly. But yeah, basically she was the bookshop keeper. So I just kind of walked around, stared at all the books I shouldn't buy. There were some amazing books, and then I found 2 books, and bear in mind I was still on a book buying ban. I am still, but I broke it. It just happened. It's a bookshop, it's Ireland, and I found these 2 books, right? So I actually read this book on my library app last year. Was it last year? It was last year. And this is the second book to it, which I have not read yet, but I have like requested it on my library app before, and then I just forgot about it because I don't really read on my library app anymore. It's usually audiobooks I listen to more. And yeah, so I found these and I was like, oh my god, I have like not seen these in person before. And then I look at the price and I'm like, €13, €15. That's a bit much, isn't it? And it just felt like it was much. And I guess it was much, but I don't know. I don't know how that converts. I think it's less in pounds, but still, it felt like it was a bit much. And then I saw it says signed copy, and I was like, is it actually signed? Well, where is it? You can't really see that. It is actually signed. Okay, that's the first one. The other one you can see better, because this is in blue. It's actually signed, which is crazy. And these are my first ever signed copies that I own, which is really cool. So yeah, I gave in and I bought these for a lot of money. For a lot of money. And I had like my bag, obviously, and on the plane I was only allowed one bag. But like, when she said, do you need a bag, I was just like, you know what, yeah, okay. I was just like, yeah, I'll carry it in a separate bag while I like go through Ireland, and then at the airport I'll just add it into my bag. But then she said, do you need like a paper bag or a cloth bag? And I was just like, a cloth bag? Okay, I'll take a cloth bag. So I paid extra for a cloth bag, and it's my first like bookish bag. And you know what's cool about this bag? Like, it's pretty big, and also it has a little pocket here, which is really cool. So yeah, I got a new bag as well, and that was probably like the highlight of my trip, getting these signed copies. And then I found the other bookstore that I originally planned to go to, which was called Chapters Bookstore. Again, I'll put it up here. And this was an even more amazing place. There were so many books here. It was so huge, and at the back it had like an area for second-hand books. And I just think that is such a cool idea, like having second-hand books as well as having like, you know, new releases and new books. I just thought that was really cool. And then here, I didn't want to get anything, but then I found this area which said fiction in translation, and one of my prompts on my Storygraph challenge is read a crime or thriller in translation, and I was struggling to find one that I like actually feel like reading. So when I saw this, which was on that shelf, I just thought, okay, I'm getting it. So this is a thriller, The Snow Girl, and it's by Javier Castillo. That's my Spanish not doing well. Yeah, I don't know how you say his name. I'm very sorry. I can't even show you properly. Can you see that? Hopefully. Yeah, and like by that point I was already 3 books in. So I was like, no more books, because it can hardly fit in any bag. Ooh, sorry, where were we? Oh yeah, so then I went to this art gallery, which was free. Thank God. It was nice, I guess. I'm not like that obsessed and like fascinated with art, so I guess it wasn't like my thing fully, but it was like interesting, and there were some, you know, nice art. And what I liked is that I don't know, I just usually when I go, well, last time I've been to a place like this, there were like pictures, but if there was an explanation, I like didn't really understand it, or like there was no explanation for the pictures. Whereas here there was like a picture, and right next to it there was a little box that explained everything in English. I don't know if it was the English part that was the important part, or the fact that it was just like simple words and I understood it. But yeah, for some of these I was just like, oh, cool. Like, that's really cool. But yeah, I say I enjoyed it, I guess. It was, you know, it was a nice little something to do. Also there was this area at the back of oh, I don't know who the guy was, but he was like an artist, and his room was like recreated or something along those lines, and you can look down and it was so cool. That was cool. I think I went back to the water. Yeah, that's when I hung out by the water again. That was nice, just seeing it in the sunlight, and you know, it was a lot different. You know, when it's raining, it's just all dark and dull, and seeing it in the sunlight, it was so much better. And also that's when I like sat down next to the water. Sorry, it's called a river, isn't it? I don't know why I keep saying water. It's a river. Yeah, I sat down next to the river, and that by that time everything just kind of quieted and calmed down, so the rush hour was kind of over. Would you say over? Yeah, everything just quieted down and there were less people around, so that was a lot nicer too. And yeah, and then it started raining again. So I could not sit long for, you know, next to the water, just enjoying the peace of it, because it started pouring down. So that's when I found the third bookshop that I went to. This was the cutest bookshop ever. It was a lot smaller bookshops than it was a lot smaller than the other two bookshops I've been to, but it was so cozy and aesthetic, like that cozy aesthetic. And yeah, it was just so nice. And the girl at the till was reading Wildfire, which is like a book I know. I haven't read it, but I just know about it. And the way she was reading while she was like, you know, waiting for me to like finish up, I just thought that was really cool. That is life. That is so cool. I want to do that. Okay, never mind. Careers for another video, but I got a book called Goodnight, Mr. Tom. So this was actually in the kids section. But I got it because I remember watching the movie of this in my history lessons back in high school. So we were like learning about the war and stuff, and my teacher like put on this movie, and I was really liking the movie. And yeah, I was just really in love with the characters, and I was like, oh my god, there's a book of this? How did I not know this? Because it's like with The Book Thief, like there's just, yeah, I can't explain it, but I have really high hopes for this book. I already am some of the way through. I'll talk about this bookmark in a bit, but yeah, I'm already nearly halfway through. This is what I've basically been reading since I bought it. Like on the airport and the cafes and stuff, I've just been reading this. So I am really enjoying it so far, and I am hoping for more detail than what the books could provide, and like more of a storyline. But yeah, as I said, I really enjoy that the movie could provide. Did I say books? I swear I said books. Then the movie could provide. But yeah, as I said, I did enjoy the movie, so I have high hopes for this book. From there I went back to the Costa. Well, that was my destination because I knew there was like a plug socket thing over there. But I did stop on the way at Carol's Irish Gifts. I spent a lot of money here. I was not prepared for like liking so much of the stuff there. So firstly, I think I gotta show this. I got this bookmark. It's like a beautiful Irish design kind of thing, and it has like explanation at the back about the Celtic shamrock. I think that's how you say it, and I just thought that was really cool. But this this is what got it in the end, because I have been really wanting, I've been seeing all over Instagram of bookstagrammers having this just in books, and I was like, oh my god, I want one. And when I saw like this beauty, I was just like, yeah, we're getting that. And then I was obviously looking at gifts for people back at home and a magnet for myself. So I got these two magnets for my mum. So this is a Temple Bar one, and this is just a Guinness. Is that how you say it? Guinness? Which is like a beer? Is it a beer? I don't know. It's some kind of alcohol, but it's basically very big in Ireland. And I got both of these because my mum used to be like a pub owner back at Hungary, and I was just like, she will appreciate this. And oh, is that it? Oh no. And then I got this for my friend who dropped me to the airport. He's the mechanic, so I always try and bring him like a license plate from the countries I go to. I mean, so far it's been Menorca and Germany, but yeah. This is only a magnet, unfortunately. Like, not like an actual license plate he can like put on display, which I am a bit sad about, but like the actual license plates were so expensive. Like in Menorca in Germany, it was a decent price, but this was the price. This little thing was the same price as those big ones were, like those big metal ones. So yeah, sorry, but this is what you get in. And oh, I did actually buy Liverpool magnets at Liverpool airport when I was there. There was 4, sorry, I took 2 down already. But yeah, I'm giving these to my mum as well, because we don't actually have Liverpool magnets yet. Yeah, so that was the gift shop, and then I went back to Costa to charge my phone, and I got a so much better table, and I had the charger all the same. So I was very happy, and I drank my hot chocolate and I read my book, and it was just so freaking good. At that point, I was happy and content in like where I was. When I got out of the Costa, I felt a lot more confident in just exploring. Also, the sun was shining again, bear in mind, the rain stopped again, the sun was shining. And basically, I found this even bigger high street, like ones in Liverpool or Manchester, where there's literally like proper shops. I don't know how to explain it, but like really good shops at the sides and like a proper walkway down the middle, and that, oh, and like people singing in the middle, and I was just so happy, like, oh my god, I should have come this way to begin with, not went down those sketchy paths. Like, this is the way to go. Bear in mind, I didn't go into any of the shops. I was just walking down the middle like, oh my god, yes. Then I found at the end of the street this huge, amazing glass shopping centre, and oh, I took some videos and pictures over there, but wow, it was so pretty and beautiful, and the inside was just beautiful as well. And oh yeah, and I found another bookshop that I didn't go into. I took a picture. I think I took a picture. But yeah, I was just like, you're right, no more bookshops, but hi, you look great too. And then I went up to the very top, because you gotta go up to the very top, and that was really cool. And then I went back down, and I stopped at this gift shop I found in the middle, was called Card Gallery, and I got these 2 little teddies. Sorry, what is it? There we go. I got these 2 little teddies. So this says Little Sister, and this says Special Sister. So I got these for my sisters. In like the first gift shop, I didn't really find anything like for them that wasn't really expensive. So when I found these two, I was just like, yes. These were like, you know, when there's like names on the t-shirts, but I found one of my sister's names and not the other. So I didn't want to be like, oh, you get your name, you get sister. So I got two that says sister and special little, well, you know, one of them's the littlest one and one of them's the middle special one. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully they'll like it. They're not like a big deal, but I do always like to get them a little something. Yeah, and then I went out of the shopping centre to find this amazing park that was very pretty. It had like, not waterfalls, I always when I say waterfalls, fountains, right? It had like fountains and beautiful little flower gardens, and it was so peaceful. And also I was so happy because I have like a thing with dogs. Like, I'm just not really a fan of them running up to me and running around me. And in this park, there was like not a lot of dogs. Like, I do not know. Parks are usually full of dogs. Like, as much as I love them, there's a lot of dogs, and I'm always kind of like on guard. But here, there was this little cute dog running around, which was actually cute, and I was like not scared of it. And later on, there was just like virtually no dogs that I like identified as a threat. So that was really good. I enjoyed that. Oh, and then I went to find Dublin Castle and like that surrounding area. And I think I found the castle, but it seemed like it was under construction. So I don't know if that was accessible or not. I never really went for it because I was just looking up and I was like, huh, this doesn't seem open. But like opposite the castle there was Chester, oh my god, what was it called? It was Chester something. And I know Chester because we have a Chester here in the UK. It was Chester something, and it was this museum that was free, admission was free. And it had like different levels, but the first level was like the art of books or something along those lines. But basically it was showing like the history of like books and writing, and wow, I just found that really cool. When I got there, I was like, wow, this is my place. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was allowed to film in these places. So the art gallery I mentioned before, I don't think I filmed anything there. And this museum, I think I filmed a little bit, but not that much because I was worried of like getting told off, because I know it's free admission, but I don't know what like the rules on mobile phones is over there. But yeah, that was really cool. It had like information on bookbinding and just like writing in general and books in general, and yeah, that was a really cool place. Oh, and the second level was like different religions, the art of belief. I don't know the titles, but it had like Christianity, and then it had Islam, and then it had like Buddhism and other Eastern religions or something. Like, it had like 3 different little gates, and you can just like pass through all of them. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really look at those because I wasn't very interested in that area, but I did like do a quick walkthrough, and it did seem interesting if you are interested in that. For me, the book level was more interesting. Oh, okay, some differences. So overall, I feel like Dublin was a lot like the UK. Like at first I was just like, what is the difference here? But the differences that I identified pretty quickly were people speak English and like there's English everywhere, but usually under the English there's an Irish version, which I thought was really cool. And I did hear, I think it was Irish, but I did hear a lot of other languages as well. It was kind of like when in Manchester, where there's like, it's so multicultural that you just hear like all kinds of languages. I felt like that there. But yeah, Irish signs as well as English. Oh, in Tesco, the alcohol aisle was closed. It had like a sign on it. I wanted to film it, but as Tesco staff came along and I didn't want to get the camera out. But basically, it had a sign saying something about the laws only allowing it to be sold in certain hours, and I thought that was really cool. But also crazy how a little gate could just stop people from grabbing the alcohol. Anyway, that was interesting. And oh, the crossy roads. I know it's not called crossy roads, crossroads, where people cross the roads, right? So you press a button like you do in the UK, but it's like a different, it's a lot bigger button, and it's like a lot of, it's a different contraption, basically. Contraption? A different thing, okay? But you press it, and on the other side there's like a traffic light for you as well as the cars. So with like the UK, there's only like red person standing and a green person to go, and in Ireland it's red, yellow, green, which I thought was really cool. And when it's yellow, you can still go, you can still run for it. And yeah, that was just really cool. Also, when you press it to wait, it does this like clicking sound. And then when it's green to go, it has this even louder clicking sound. I don't know, it gives this weird sound. But I guess it's very useful if like people have you know, like disabilities and stuff, like with their sight or something, and they can like physically hear it. So yeah, that was a cool experience. And oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, I didn't know this. This is so bad. I thought that it's only in the UK and Australia where cars go on the left side. So I know in Europe cars go on the right? Is that right? And I thought in Ireland, because it's like part of the EU, and it's not part of the UK because it's not Northern Ireland, I thought cars go on the right. But when the bus started coming out of the airport, I was just like, wait, we're on the left. But then there was like other lanes and everyone was going forward, so I was like, oh, it must be that, you know, we're just going on the left because there's other lanes, everyone's going straight. And then we got to a roundabout and it was just like in the UK. And I remember at Hungary when we got to a roundabout, it's like the opposite way around, where in the UK it's this way. And I was just like, wait, this is like in the UK. And that's when it clicked that in Ireland it's the same as the UK, like cars go on the left. Yeah. So by the time it got to like 3 o'clock, by like 3 o'clock, I was bored. Okay, so as I said, I wasn't enjoying it in the morning, and then I had a bit of a high, and then by the time I got to 3, I was just like, okay, I've seen museums now, I've seen art galleries, I've seen castles, I've seen like the university areas, I've seen parks, I've seen shopping centres, and I've spent all my money. What do I do now? Things were starting to close, like shops closing, you know, and cafes closing, and I was just not really sure where to go from there. I was getting tired again as well, so I guess that just added to it. But yeah, I basically got the bus back early to the transfer back early to the airport. So I was supposed to leave at like 5:30, 5:45, something like that. And I got like the bus that left just after 4. But I haven't just made it back to the airport. Like, I gone through like security really quickly. Like, I had no issues that time, and I just made it like inside of like, you know, where I was supposed to be really fast. So basically, Dublin airport, you go through security, and straight away as you like come out the other side of security, there's 2 ways to go. And one way is like gates 200 something to 300 something, I don't even know. That were like really big numbers. Oh, yeah, that were like really big numbers. And then this way was something to 100 and something. So casually, I was like, well, I do not know my gate number yet, but hopefully it's in the hundreds, because the other way, I think I saw like an American flag, so maybe I was just like, maybe that's like the long hauls, you know, like the longer flights, and this is like the shorter flights. Me trying to give explanations to things I have no clue about. But yeah, I went the hundreds way, and it was, oh, there were shops, and there was like the duty-free stuff, and then there were like gate numbers everywhere, and basically I had no clue where to go. Yeah, at that point I was like 4 hours early, so there was no way my gate number was being shown. I don't know how I decided that I'm going in that direction, but I basically went in the right direction somehow. No idea how that happened, but I was just like, okay, let's go this way. And I went that way, and the journey to those gates was so long. It's like walking from, in Manchester, there's like, you know, different terminals, and it's like walking from one terminal to the other in like the opposite side of the whole airport. That's what it felt like. And like the first sign I saw, like gates, whatever to that way, under it said like more food and shops that way. So I was like, okay, fine. But when you're just walking in these long corridors with like nothing around, I was kind of doubting myself, like, are you sure there's gonna be food and shops this way? Maybe we should go back. But I ended up on the other side, and it was okay, because there was food and shops the other side. And yeah, but it was so long. I don't know why, it was just so long. And I was just thinking, like, if this is not where my gate is, it's gonna take me so long to get back. So I was like a bit stressed of like not being in the right place. But at the same time, oh, I think it was the Ryanair app that was like, oh, your gate is 110. So I set by like 110, and oh my god, Dublin airport, it has like tables with like charger plug socket things at like each of the gates. It's so good. That was a good thing. So I just basically sat at one of these charging stations, charged my phone, read my book, and then at one point there was like a board right above me as well, so I just like went around to look up at the board, and I was like, okay. So it says my gate is not 110, it's 102. And then I went back to look at the Ryanair app and that said 104. And I was just like, what is going on here? So I went from 110 to 104 because that's what the app said. But 104 and 102 were like right next to each other. So I kind of like sat in the middle. And then I ended up getting up to go to WH Smith, which was right next to it. I don't know, did they just like buy up all the airport shops? I felt like they are literally everywhere. Anyway, yeah, I got some of these candy, what is this? Candy Kittens sour watermelon. I've never had them before, but I've seen them around before. But yeah, they are actually decent. And then I was waiting in between these gates, and then finally 102 wrote that it's for Liverpool. Yeah, but before that was saying it's for London, and like the gates are open, the gates are closed, and like lots of people were there. And then it changed to Liverpool, and then we were okay. And then the flight itself, on the way back, it was okay. Oh my god, I didn't tell you guys! The flight on the way there, I was sat in the middle seat, because that's what I got assigned, but no one was sat next to me. But on the flight back, again, I was sat in the middle seat, but there were people either side of me. So there was a nice little man in a suit over here, looking very fancy, and there was a guy drinking a beer over this side, but they were both very nice, so that was nice. And yeah, the going up was, I guess, okay. And then when you're up there, it does not feel like long. Like, you go up, the pilot turns off the seatbelt sign, and then we're just literally up there for a little bit, and then he puts the seatbelt sign back on, and then he says like, oh yeah, we're gonna land at like 15 minutes. And I'm like, well, we are? That's quick. But yeah, the landing. Right, this landing was not okay. There's like, I don't know if this is a thing, but as I feel it, there's different ways pilots land. So on the way there, the pilot was landing flawlessly, like it was completely fine. On the way back, you could feel him, like it was like this side, this side, this side, this side. You know when you can feel it, like that's how he's going down. And then he was doing that for ages. And then when, like, we could just feel that for like the solid 15 minutes. And then suddenly, boof, boof, boof. And that's how we landed. Yeah. And everyone was like screaming and shouting like, oh my god. Because yeah, that's what it felt like. Yeah, that was not okay. But yeah, we have landed. And then you know what happened after? There was no border control. Like, I didn't think this was supposed to happen, or I don't know how safe this was, but we literally just walked out. Like, we got off the plane, went into like the airport building, and we were walking down this corridor, and suddenly there was just the exit. And there were two men in front of me, and they were like, oh, do we not get our passports checked? And I was just like, I guess not. But yeah, I didn't think that was very safe. I mean, I was happy I was out, but yeah, I didn't think that's how things were supposed to go. Bit concerning, but oh well. And then I got a bus. I went to the right bus stop straight away, which was nice. And I got to Liverpool South Parkway train station really quickly. And then I got a train straight away to Lime Street, and I walked back home. And then I was back. And when I got back here, it literally felt so surreal. Like, I did not feel, and I still do not feel like I've just been to another country. It literally felt like it was a trip in like the area. Yeah, that's what happened, guys. That's my island trip over. Yeah, it was crazy. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it's not too negative. As I said, there are like a lot of fun parts. I think the weather itself, the rain, affected it a lot, and perhaps my lack of planning. I feel like I could have planned like more things to do, and then maybe I wouldn't have been like bored at the end and like a bit like hopeless in which direction to go in. But yeah, I did enjoy it. Like overall, it was a nice new experience, and can't believe I did that, to be honest. But yeah, I feel ready to go back to sleep now, so I think I'm gonna stop here. If you made it here, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Give it a like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see more of, and see you next time.